Good evening, everyone. My name is Aman Joshi. What I'm going to do is I'm going to speak on specific subjects today, which are mostly related to Google, and I'm gonna cover these subjects um, in in a lot of detail. So I'm gonna go slow first of all, and I'm gonna try and clear most of your doubts on how Google search works. Uh, and if your understanding of that concept is clear, then it will help you understand very well how different facets within digital marketing work. Okay, I should be able to clear most of your doubts. Also, because uh, besides working, I've also been in the teaching space. So I've been teaching the subject of digital marketing through seminars and through colleges and through workshops. Uh, I've done seminars in a lot of these schools in Bombay, a lot of private seminars, and a lot of uh, on request kind of invites where I've spoken on the subject of digital marketing uh, in seminars on television, etc. Uh, However, what's more important is that I've been in this field for about the last 10 years, which brings me to a very important part that my understanding from of digital marketing comes from the time when digital marketing wasn't even a subject. Marketing was a subject, digital marketing did not exist. That's the time when I started working on this subject. Uh, so let's begin with the first slide. Uh, and I'll ask you actually a very important question. And I know that there is no feedback backwards, so you will not be able to answer my question, but I'll still put this question to you and you should think about it. And the question is very simple. जब गूगल नहीं था तब क्या था? When there was no Google, तब क्या हुआ करता था? Good question to think about. Good thing to ponder about. जब गूगल नहीं था, we used to have something called as directory websites. Directory websites are just like how you see yellow pages today. So there used to be websites जिसमें बहुत सारे डिफरेंट वेबसाइट्स के नाम होते थे. तो आप उस वेबसाइट पे जाते थे एंड अगर आप देखते थे कि ए के अंदर कौन सी वेबसाइट्स हैं, सो ए के अंदर ए से स्टार्ट होने वाली जितनी भी वेबसाइट्स हैं उनके नाम होते थे. एंड देन बी के अंदर, और फिर ए के अंदर ऑटोमोबाइल की वेबसाइट्स, फिर ए के अंदर अप्लायंसेस की वेबसाइट्स, ऐसे अलग अलग वेबसाइट होती थी. एंड नहीं, आई एम नॉट सेइंग, सम ऑफ यू आर गिविंग मी आंसर्स लाइक वर्ड ऑफ माउथ, ऑफलाइन, एक्सेट्रा. आई एम सेइंग दैट जब गूगल नहीं था तो डिजिटली लोग सर्च कैसे करते थे. नाउ द प्रॉब्लम, ऑब्वियसली देयर वाज अ प्रॉब्लम देयर. लोगों को डायरेक्टरी वेबसाइट्स के नाम याद रखने पड़ते थे एंड डायरेक्टरी वेबसाइट्स पे जाने के बाद वो लोग पूरा सर्च करते थे जिन वेबसाइट्स पे उनको जाना है. So it wasn't the most comfortable way to access the internet, and that is actually the the insight that the owners of Google had. They were just a bunch of programmers, and when these programmers came together, and they're actually very famous names today, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, when they came together, they said कि हम ऐसा एक कैसा प्रोग्राम डिजाइन कर सकते हैं जिससे इंसान जो उसके मन में आएगा वो सर्च करेगा, वो उन कीवर्ड्स को लिखेगा एक सर्च बॉक्स में, और उस कीवर्ड से रिलेटेड जितनी भी वेबसाइट्स हैं वो डिस्प्ले हो जाएंगी. एंड हम जो चीजें सर्च में लिखते हैं गूगल के, उनका उन्होंने नाम रख दिया, दे कॉल्ड इट कीवर्ड्स. सो पीपल विल सर्च फॉर कीवर्ड्स, एंड दोज कीवर्ड्स से रिलेटेड जितने भी वेबसाइट्स हैं, दोज वेबसाइट्स विल गेट डिस्प्लेड ऑन द गूगल सर्च बार. That's how Google started. Now I'm going to show you a quick video on how Google search works.
Hi, my name is Matt Cutts. I'm an engineer in the quality group at Google, and I'd like to talk today about what happens when you do a web search. The first thing to understand is that when you do a Google search, you aren't actually searching the web. You're searching Google's index of the web, or at least as much of it as we can find. We do this with software programs called spiders. Spiders start by fetching a few web pages. Then they follow the links on those pages and fetch the pages they point to, and follow all the links on those pages and fetch the pages they link to, and so on, until we've indexed a pretty big chunk of the web. Many billions of pages stored across thousands of machines. Now, suppose I want to know how fast a cheetah can run. I type in my search, say cheetah running speed, and hit return. Our software searches our index to find every page that includes those search terms. In this case, there are hundreds of thousands of possible results. How does Google decide which few documents I really want? By asking questions, more than 200 of them, like, how many times does this page contain your keywords? Do the words appear in the title? In the URL? Directly adjacent? Does the page include synonyms for those words? Is this page from a quality website, or is it low quality, even spammy? What is this page's page rank? That's a formula invented by our founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin that rates a web page's importance by looking at how many outside links point to it and how important those links are. Finally, we combine all those factors together to produce each page's overall score and send you back your search results about half a second after you submit your search. At Google, we take our commitment to delivering useful and impartial search results very seriously. We don't ever accept payment to add a site to our index, update it more often, or improve its ranking. Let's take a look at my search results. Each entry includes a title, a URL, and a snippet of text to help me decide whether this page is what I'm looking for. I also see links to similar pages, Google's most recent stored version of that page, and related searches that I might want to try next. And sometimes, along the right and at the top, I'll see ads. We take our advertising business very seriously as well, both our commitment to deliver the best possible audience for advertisers and to strive to only show ads that you really want to see. We're very careful to distinguish your ads from regular search results. And we won't show you any ads at all if we can't find any that we think will help you find the information you're looking for. Which in this case, the cheetah's top running speed is more than 60 miles an hour. Thanks for watching. I hope this made Google a little bit more understandable.
बहुत सिंपल वर्ड्स में इन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया है गूगल सर्च चलता कैसे है. सो बेसिकली हम बिफोर वाचिंग दिस वीडियो हम ये क्वेश्चन आंसर कर रहे थे दैट व्हेन देयर वाज नो गूगल लोग क्या करते थे. लोग डायरेक्टरी वेबसाइट्स पे जाते थे. देन द ओनर्स ऑफ गूगल रियलाइज कि हमें एक ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर लिखना चाहिए जिससे लोग अपने कीवर्ड्स जो उनके दिल में है वो बात लिखें. दोज आर कीवर्ड्स, दे सर्च फॉर कीवर्ड्स एंड व्हाट दिस सॉफ्टवेयर डज. एंड वेरी नाइसली इस सॉफ्टवेयर का इन्होंने नाम दिया है एंड देव कॉल्ड दिस सॉफ्टवेयर a crawler or a spider. What this crawler does is it starts crawling the internet. It goes to the entire internet and looks for all the websites which have relevant content to those keywords. Okay, the job of this software is to crawl the internet and identify where is relevant content related to the keywords that are being searched for on the internet. ये क्रॉलर्स जाते हैं, इन सब वेबसाइट्स को निकालते हैं, इनका एक इंडेक्स बनाते हैं और एक इंडेक्स बना के रखते हैं. इट्स जस्ट लाइक एक कॉपी बना के रखते हैं कि इन सब वेबसाइट्स पे इस बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन है. जब कंज्यूमर कोई भी चीज सर्च करता है वो सीधा उस इंडेक्स में से निकाल के देते हैं. विच इज वाई यू विल नोटिस व्हेन यू सर्च फॉर समथिंग ऑन गूगल, वहां पे लिखा हुआ आता है सर्च रिजल्ट गिवन इन 0.42 सेकंड्स फॉर एग्जांपल. इसका मतलब ये है कि गूगल का क्रॉलर जाके 42 सेकंड्स में से वो इंडेक्स में से आपके रिलेटेड दिए गए रिलेटेड कीवर्ड्स का कम्युनिकेशन निकाल के ला पा रहा है. दैट्स हाउ गूगल सर्च वर्क्स. ओके, आई एम गोना गो बैक टू शेयरिंग माय स्क्रीन. सो हमने दो चीजें समझी हैं इस कॉन्वर्सेशन से. हमने दो चीजें समझी हैं दैट गूगल सर्च एल्गोरिथम में देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज कीवर्ड्स. कीवर्ड्स help Google understand what people are searching for, and crawlers and spiders are the algorithms that match these keywords with different websites and then display websites on the internet. Okay, now I'll go to the next point. There are two types of things that you will see on Google when you do a Google search. मैंने यहाँ पे एक सर्च किया है जिसमें लिखा है मैंने ऑस्ट्रिया टूर, ओके, कीवर्ड मैंने लिखा है ऑस्ट्रिया टूर, and mind you, I have not said Australia tours, I have said Austria tour. I'm probably a guy who's planning to travel to Austria. When I search for Austria, मुझे दो टाइप के सर्च रिजल्ट्स आते हैं. What you see as the first three, उनके बाजू में एक येलो कलर का छोटा सा टैग है which says that these are ads. So Australia tourist attraction, Austria tour, visit Austria at in 79990, these are ads. उसके नीचे जो स्टार्ट होता है 5 बेस्ट ऑफ ऑस्ट्रिया टूर्स, टूर फ्रॉम वियना टू साल्सबर्ग, ये ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट है. ये एक रिजल्ट है विच इज नॉट एन एड. उसके नीचे है टूर्स इन ऑस्ट्रिया विच इज नॉट एन एड. ऑस्ट्रिया टूर्स जो सबसे नीचे है पेज पे, दिस इज नॉट एन एड. जो आप राइट साइड पे देख रहे हैं वर्टिकल स्ट्रिप में, ऑस्ट्रिया टूर्स, ऑस्ट्रिया साइट सीइंग टूर्स एक्सेट्रा, ये जितने भी हैं ये सब एड्स हैं. तो बेसिकली गूगल में जब कोई भी इंसान कुछ भी सर्च करता है, कोई भी कीवर्ड डालता है, तो क्रॉलर दो चीजें फेंकता है, एड्स एंड दोज रिजल्ट्स व्हिच आर नॉट एड्स. ठीक है, ये जो एड्स आपको दिखाई दे रहे हैं, इसका टेक्निकल टर्म इन द गूगल लैंग्वेज इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज इनऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स. दीज आर इनऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स, ये इनऑर्गेनिकली आए हैं. ये यहाँ पे इसलिए आए हैं क्योंकि ये एड्स दिखाने वाले लोगों ने पैसा दिया है इन एड्स को दिखाने के लिए. इसके नीचे जो है, जो तीन अभी इस फिलहाल इस स्क्रीनशॉट में दिख रहे हैं, दीज आर ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स. ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स ये वो रिजल्ट्स हैं, ये वो रिजल्ट्स हैं जो इसलिए आ रहे हैं बिकॉज ये वो रिजल्ट्स हैं जो इसलिए आ रहे हैं बिकॉज ये ऑर्गेनिकली पिकअप हुए हैं. नाउ लेट मी शो यू अनदर एग्जांपल. मैं आपको एक सर्च एंट्री दिखा रहा हूँ मेरी. गूगल पे जाके मैंने सर्च किया है वॉच बागी 3. नाउ बागी 3 में मुझे दो चीजें दिखाई दे रही हैं. इनऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स which is basically एक ad जो एक कंपनी दिखा रही है saying that you can watch this particular movie, you can watch this particular movie on Hotstar. यहाँ पे आपको राइट साइड पे जो दिख रहा है इज अ नॉलेज पैनल जहाँ पे इस मूवी के बारे में डिटेल्स हैं, एंड नीचे आपको दिखाई दे रहे हैं ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स. नाउ दिस इज ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स जो खुद आ रहे हैं गूगल पे. नॉलेज पैनल किसी भी फेमस चीज का गूगल खुद क्रिएट कर देता है, एंड दिस इज एन इनऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट विच इज एन एड. ठीक है, 3 पार्ट्स हैं. आई एम गोइंग टू स्विच ओवर बैक टू द प्रेजेंटेशन. And I will make it full screen. I can see some people are requesting me to do that. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to you. इस स्क्रीन पे फिलहाल मैं दिखा रहा हूँ आपको मेरा सर्च विच इज ऑस्ट्रिया टूर्स, जिसपे ये 3 इनऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स हैं, फिर 3 ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स हैं और वापस 3 इनऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स हैं. Now Google में you have to do two things as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, or anyone who's running any kind of digital business. You have to constantly ensure that you are constantly at the first position in inorganic results. मतलब Google पे जितने भी ads आते हैं, इसमें आपको हमेशा first place पे होना जरूरी है. This is important because obviously the number of clicks जो इस particular ad को मिलते हैं, Austria tour attractions, tourist attractions by Expat Explore, these clicks are far higher than the clicks that come for, let's take the last one in the row, summer holidays in the पूरा complete नहीं हुआ है, in Randstad.com. So obviously no one clicks on these ads. In fact, more than 90% of people don't go to page 2 of Google. So constantly as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a website, as a company, there are two things that you need to pay attention to. One is you are always number one in inorganic results, which is in the ads, you are always number one. Second is you are always number one in the organic results, which is the ones which are non-ad-led. Sorry अगर मैं गलत बोल दिया हूँ. The first one is that you have to be number one in inorganic results, and you also have to be number one in organic results. So in this session today, what I'm going to first start is how do you become number one in organic results. Anything when you search for something on Google that appears as an ad is an inorganic result. ये inorganic इसलिए है because इन लोगों ने पैसे दिए हैं on a Google dashboard so that their ad is shown. Inorganic results. ये सारे ads हैं, इनके आगे ad लिखा हुआ है, AD. राइट साइड पे जो आपको वर्टिकली दिख रहे हैं ये भी ads हैं, इनके ऊपर ADS लिखा हुआ है. And these are all ads. Inorganic results. Organic results वो हैं जो खुद Google ने पिकअप किए हैं और यहाँ पे दिखाए हैं. So as a brand or an entrepreneur, as a company, it's important that you are always number one in inorganic results, which is your ad is right on top. Your ad is better than other people advertising for the same product that they're selling. And second is you are always number one in organic results, which means Google automatically picks you as an important website that should be shown when someone searches for a certain or a particular set of keywords. In this case, the keyword of search is Austria tour. As soon as someone searches for Austria tour, 5-day best of Austria tour from Vienna to Salzburg shows up by www.viator.com. So viator.com has actually become page 1, rank 1. The Google algorithm which decides organic results में कौन सबसे ऊपर आएगा is called the page rank algorithm. So Google का page rank algorithm आज की तारीख में ये सोचता है that Viator.com has the best information related to the keywords that have been searched for. The keywords searched for are Austria tour. Austria tour से सबसे ज्यादा relevant information Viator.com पे है, इसलिए Viator.com organic results में page 1 rank 1 है. Viator.com Google page rank algorithm के हिसाब से page 1 rank 1 है. lonelyplanet.com जो उसके नीचे का सर्च रिजल्ट है वो गूगल सर्च इंजन एल्गोरिथम के हिसाब से या फिर पेज रैंक के हिसाब से सेकंड पेज रैंक पर है lonelyplanet.com. तीसरा अफोर्डेबल टूर्स एक्सेट्रा. नाउ इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट के ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स में आप कॉन्स्टेंटली नंबर 1 पे आए और एड्स में भी आप नंबर 1 पे आए. ये इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है because the consumer, any person who surfs the internet or browses the internet, इस इंटरनेट सर्फिंग ऑडियंस जो वर्ल्ड में है इसमें क्लियर डिस्टिंक्शन है दो टाइप के लोगों का. कुछ लोग वो होते हैं जो कोई भी वर्ड कीवर्ड सर्च करते हैं और पहले रिजल्ट पे क्लिक करते हैं. इट मे सो हैपन that they may click on expatexplore.com. वो ये नहीं देखते कि वो ऐड है कि नहीं. And there are some people who constantly only click on those search results which are not ads. They choose not to click on ads. They choose not to click on ads क्योंकि शायद उनको ऐसा लगता है कि यार जिस आदमी ने पैसा दिया मैं उसका ऐड नहीं देखना चाहता हूँ, मैं उसकी लिंक नहीं देखना चाहता हूँ, मैं खाली वो लिंक देखूंगा जहाँ पे ऐड नहीं है. So a lot of people click only organic results. इसलिए आपके लिए important ये है as a business owner, as a website, as a company, that आप constantly number 1 rank पे हो organic results में और जब आपके ads चले तो आपके ads में भी आप constantly inorganic results में number 1 पे हो. This is important. Okay. The process by which you make changes to your website in such a way that your website always wins the page rank algorithm to become page 1 rank 1 in the organic results is called the process of search engine optimization. Search engine optimization, SEO. आपने बहुत बार ये वर्ड सुना है. A lot of people talking about वेबसाइट का SEO अच्छा होना चाहिए. ये SEO का मतलब क्या है? SEO का मतलब बहुत सिंपल है. उसका मतलब उसी के डेफिनेशन में डिफाइंड है, सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. इसका मीनिंग ये है कि आपको आपकी वेबसाइट पे कुछ ऐसे चेंजेस करने हैं ताकि जब सर्च इंजन, गूगल का सर्च इंजन आपकी वेबसाइट को क्रॉल करे, आपकी वेबसाइट पे आए, it automatically tends to believe that your website should be given page 1 rank 1 for what is being searched for. So how will you optimize your website in a way, how will you make changes to your website such that it becomes more search engine friendly? The process of making your website friendlier to the search engine algorithm is called search engine optimization. इट्स वेरी सिंपल। अगर आपको बोला जा रहा है, आपको एजेंसीज मिलती हैं बहुत बार जो आपको बताती हैं कि आपके वेबसाइट का एसईओ अच्छा नहीं है। कभी कभी आप अपने पार्टनर्स कंपेरेटर्स से सुनते हैं दैट आपके वेबसाइट का एसईओ अच्छा नहीं है। व्हाट दे आर ऑल टेलिंग यू इज दैट आपको आपकी वेबसाइट पे कुछ ऐसे चेंजेस करने हैं ताकि योर वेबसाइट बिकम्स फ्रेंडलियर टू द गूगल एल्गोरिथम, द गूगल पेज रैंक एल्गोरिथम, such that you always appear on page 1 rank 1. What is the max number of organic and inorganic results that can be shown? It depends. There is no particular number to say कि organic results हमेशा 10 होंगे, inorganic हमेशा 3 होंगे, ऐसा कोई नंबर नहीं है. uh, it also depends, especially inorganic mein, it also depends on the number of people advertising at that point in time. So if there is no advertiser, for example, there will be no ads. If there are too many advertisers, yes, there is a bidding model between them, and you will see some ads. Can you be in organic and inorganic results at the same time? Yes, very interesting question. Yes, you can be in organic and inorganic results at the same time, and this happens very often because आपके वेबसाइट का एसईओ इतना अच्छा है कि ऑर्गेनिकली आप ऑटोमेटिकली नंबर 1 पे आते हैं. आपके जो एड्स चल रहे हैं वो इतने अच्छे हैं कि आप इनऑर्गेनिक में ऑटोमेटिकली नंबर 1 पे आते हैं. ओके, can we control the organic results that Google throws? You cannot control the organic results that Google throws, but what you can do is you can only make changes to your website so that the Google page rank algorithm tries to give you a better page rank when it shows results on the Google search page. This process is what I'm talking about right now. That process is called search engine optimization, commonly known as SEO. How much Google charges for ads? Ads will be taken separately as a subject, and that's a question you should ask over there. Typically, it is costed at cost per click or cost per 1,000 impressions, and that cost per click could be anywhere between say $5 to $50. But that's a bidding model. It's a longer topic. It will be taken separately. Uh, okay. Do we have to pay for organic results? No, we don't have to pay for organic results. We only have to pay for inorganic results. For organic results, we only need to perform SEO. Okay. Okay, let me look for more questions. Give some examples of websites who are using SEO the best way. The interesting thing is that any अगर आप कोई भी सर्च रिजल्ट कुछ भी सर्च करें, एनी कीवर्ड दैट यू सर्च इन गूगल, द फर्स्ट साइट दैट यू सी, जो सबसे पहले पेज 1 रैंक 1 है ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स में, it is the site which is doing the best SEO. And there are, every search that you perform, you will see someone doing such good SEO. That's the reason why they are on number 1. That's why they got the number 1 place. Now we are talking about SEO कैसे करना है हमें, एंड हमें ऑर्गेनिक रिजल्ट्स में नंबर 1 कैसे बनना है. I'll move to the next slide. Can you see my next slide, which has two parts largely? Something which points and says off-page SEO, something that points and says on-page SEO. Okay, so I'm going to take both of these topics. What is off-page SEO? What is on-page SEO? The changes, I'm going to take the right side first, on-page SEO. Okay, now listen to me carefully. The changes that you make to your website, on the front end and the back end of your website, is called on-page SEO. The changes that you make outside your website is called off-page SEO. On-page SEO का मतलब ये है कि आप कुछ चेंजेस कर रहे हैं आपके वेबसाइट के डिजाइन में, आपके वेबसाइट के कंटेंट में, आपके वेबसाइट के बैकएंड में, so that your website is becoming friendlier to the Google page rank algorithm, is on page. Off-page SEO means there are certain things that you're doing which are outside your websites, on other websites, maybe on social media, maybe on news websites, things that are happening not on your website, on other people's websites, is called off-page SEO. The process of SEO is such कि आपको constantly दो चीजें करनी है. आपको constantly आपका on-page SEO better करना है, so that your website becomes better and friendlier to the search engine algorithm. And second, आपको constantly off-page SEO करना है, so that other websites recommend you as a good website. Other websites point out, redirect traffic to your website to say that, hey, this is a good website to look for your product. On-page website, on-page SEO. Now I'll take all the points on on-page SEO one by one. Site speed, सबसे नीचे वाला उठाया है मैंने, which looks like a clock over there. Site speed, आपके website की web speed बहुत अच्छी होना जरूरी है. If your website opens within 3 seconds, you have a good site speed. If your website opens in 4 or 5 seconds, you are not doing a great job. If it takes more than 5 seconds, then you really need to talk to your developer and you really need to get changes done, because people don't wait for websites to open for so long. Internet audience का patience इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है that they will wait for 5, 8 or 10 seconds for a website to open. They will switch screens. They will go elsewhere. They will probably end up on social media, but they will not wait for you for so long. So it's important that your website has very good speed. Google PageRank algorithm ऐसी websites को better PageRank देता है. Site uptime. Google PageRank algorithm gives higher credibility to those websites which are always on. Always on का मतलब ये है कि my website is running 24/7. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि मेरी website हर Saturday Sunday बंद होती है या दिन भर चलती है रात भर बंद रहती है. If my website is up and running all the time, if my website ऐसा नहीं होता है कि उसमें इतने bugs निकलते हैं, इतने technical issues हो जाते हैं कि ये website बार बार बंद करनी पड़ती है, if that's not the issue, your site uptime will always be more and you will get better page rank. Keyword and content optimization. आपके वेबसाइट पे कॉन्स्टेंटली वो सारे कीवर्ड्स होने चाहिए जो आपके प्रोडक्ट से रिलेटेड है. अगर आपकी वेबसाइट अपैरल बेचती है, क्लोथिंग बेचती है, then everything related to clothing should be there. All the keywords that people could search for should be there on your website. If you are well optimized in terms of keywords and content related to apparel, if you are an apparel maker, then Google PageRank will give you better ranking because of good on-page SEO. Rich content, meaning आपकी वेबसाइट पे बहुत सारा not just text होना चाहिए, but videos, infographics, GIFs, all kind of multimedia होना चाहिए. जितना ज़्यादा multimedia है आपके वेबसाइट पे, उतना ज़्यादा the Google PageRank algorithm tends to believe that this website has relevant content about this subject and hence it should be given a higher page rank. Okay. Headings, page titles, meta tags. ये नाम आपने शायद सुने नहीं होंगे, but these are basically tags which are in the back end of your website. Okay. आपकी वेबसाइट का एक सोर्स कोड होता है. So if you are running any website, you can just right click anywhere on the website, and when the window opens on right clicking, just go and view source code. When you do a view source code, it shows you all the different it shows you basically the back end of your website. It shows you the code which is running when your website loads. So जब आप सोर्स कोड देखते हैं तो उसमें आप ये मेटा टैग्स, पेज टाइटल्स, हेडर्स देखते हैं. ये होते क्या हैं? ये बेसिकली आपके बैकएंड में कुछ कोड्स होते हैं जो डिफाइन करते हैं व्हाट इज दिस वेबसाइट अबाउट. Okay, so there will be a meta tag which there will be a description meta tag which will describe there will be a written description about your website. This description is important, or all of these headers and meta tags are important in the backend of your website, so that जब Google का सर्च इंजन एल्गोरिथम आता है, पेज रैंक एल्गोरिथम आपके वेबसाइट पे आता है, तो वो बैकएंड में पढ़ के आइडेंटिफाई कर सके व्हाट इज दिस वेबसाइट अबाउट. द पेज रैंक एल्गोरिथम एनीवे सीज द फ्रंट एंड ऑफ योर वेबसाइट, बट ये बैकएंड भी देखता है एंड आइडेंटिफाई करता है व्हाट इज दिस वेबसाइट अबाउट. साइट आर्किटेक्चर एंड कोडिंग. सो गूगल पेज रैंक एल्गोरिथम ये आइडेंटिफाई करता है कि आपके वेबसाइट का आर्किटेक्चर एकदम प्रॉपर है. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आप अपैरल बिजनेस में हैं तो आपके वेबसाइट पे फॉर एग्जांपल There are categories which is men's apparel, women's apparel. Men's apparel में है casual clothing, formal clothing. Formal clothing के अंदर है trousers, shirts. Shirts के अंदर हैं half sleeve shirts, full sleeve shirts. उसके अंदर skirts की category नहीं आ सकती है. If you put an incorrect category over there, then your site architecture is incorrect. Google does not like that. Then your page rank will automatically go down. डुप्लीकेट कंटेंट. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक कि अगर मेरी वेबसाइट अपैरल के बारे में है या फिर मेरी वेबसाइट अगर मेंस शर्ट्स के बारे में है तो मैं मेंस शर्ट्स के ऊपर एक पैराग्राफ लिखता हूँ और वेबसाइट के हर पेज पे वो पैराग्राफ कॉपी पेस्ट कर देता हूँ ताकि जब सर्च इंजन एल्गोरिथम मेरी वेबसाइट पे आए तो उसको लगे कि मेंस शर्ट्स के बारे में बहुत सारी चीजें लिखी हुई है इस वेबसाइट पे. बट दैट्स रॉन्ग. गूगल एल्गोरिथम को ये समझ में आ जाता है दैट द कंटेंट इज डुप्लीकेट, तो वो आपकी पेज रैंक ऑटोमेटिकली कम कर देता है. Okay, this was on page SEO. Let's go to off page SEO. Your website, now I'm going from the top. Link building. Your website needs to have good link building. That means a lot of external websites should redirect traffic to your website. External websites. It's like other people saying कि ये दुकान में जाओ, इस पे अच्छा माल मिलता है. You need to have links. Constantly build links which will say that you're a good website. Your website needs to be mobile optimized, which means your website should open properly, whether you see it on a desktop, whether you see it on a mobile. Seeing on a mobile, meaning you will yourself notice when you open a website that requires you to do a side scroll, a sideways scrolling with your thumb. It's just bad experience. So आप देखेंगे most websites automatically rearrange हो जाती हैं when you open them on a mobile. आपको भी आपके डेवलपर को यही बोलना है that make me a website which is well optimized on mobile. और हर बाहर दुनिया में कोई भी टाइप की स्क्रीन हो, कोई भी टाइप का स्क्रीन साइज हो, उस पर बराबर खुले. On a 6-inch phone, on a 12-inch tablet, on a 16-inch laptop, everywhere it should open properly. Blogs and articles. There should be blogs and articles outside and press releases. There should be news articles written outside which bring traffic to your website, which say that this is a good brand, www.whatever.com is a good brand to buy your products from. कीवर्ड रिसर्च. जो लोग आपके वेबसाइट को जिस नाम से पहचानते हैं, आपके प्रोडक्ट या ब्रांड को जिस नाम से पहचानते हैं, those keywords, you need to do research of those keywords outside on Google and then ensure that all those keywords are present on your website so that the search engine algorithm is able to map that, oh, these are the keywords people are searching for, and when they search for these keywords, this website has all those keywords and the content around those keywords, and hence this website should be thrown up. And lastly, social optimization. You should have good positive things said about you in social media for your website to have good SEO. Okay. Important functions within SEO. I have spoken of all of them. सबसे important function आपके लिए ये है that SEO होता है for a certain set of keywords. Okay. So when you're starting SEO, सबसे पहले you will also, and you might also end up hiring an SEO agency. And what the SEO agency will do for you is they will first ask you what are the keywords for which you want to do SEO for. अगर मेरी अपैरल वेबसाइट है तो शूज के लिए मुझे SEO नहीं करना है. अगर कोई शूज खरीदेगा तो मुझे अपनी वेबसाइट नहीं दिखानी है. लेकिन अपैरल में कोई भी कुछ भी लिखेगा जो मेरे प्रोडक्ट्स में सेल कर रहा हूं तो मेरी वेबसाइट दिखनी चाहिए. So I need to first of all give my SEO agency a set of 20 keywords or maybe 25 keywords जिसके लिए वो लोग SEO करेंगे. You may want to analyze your competition कि मैं जब ये कीवर्ड सर्च करता हूँ तो मेरे कंपटीशन की वेबसाइट कौन से नंबर पे आती है, एंड आइडेंटिफाई, क्रिएट योर ओन लिस्ट ऑफ कीवर्ड्स जो SEO के लिए जाने चाहिए. And then you have to find enough content which is related to those keywords that goes up on your websites and on social media and externally, and you have to constantly build links for your SEO. Okay. कुछ black hat techniques भी हैं SEO की. A lot of people, agencies will tell you black hat techniques. They will tell you keywords stuffing या cloaking कर लेते हैं. Basically इसका मतलब ये होता है कि मैं अपैरल का बिजनेस चलाता हूँ, मैं बहुत सारे मेंस कैजुअल क्लोथिंग बेचता हूँ. मेंस कैजुअल क्लोथिंग के बहुत सारा रेंज है मेरे वेबसाइट पे. सो मैं क्या करूँगा अपने वेबसाइट के, इफ माय वेबसाइट इज वाइट इन कलर, or rather what I'll do is I will write one good paragraph about men's casual clothing, and then I'll keep pasting that same paragraph on every page on my website. टू थिंक कि जब गूगल का एल्गोरिथम देखने आएगा मेरी वेबसाइट को, उसको लगेगा यहाँ पे बहुत कंटेंट है मेंस कैजुअल क्लोथिंग पे और मेरी पेज रैंक बढ़ जाएगी। नहीं, गूगल को समझ में आता है व्हेन यू स्टफ कीवर्ड्स, व्हेन यू डुप्लीकेट कंटेंट अक्रॉस योर वेबसाइट। और एक इसमें ऑप्शन है इनविजिबल टेक्स्ट। गूगल के एल्गोरिथम को पता चल जाता है इफ यू पुट इनविजिबल टेक्स्ट। फॉर एग्जांपल, मेरी वेबसाइट का बैकग्राउंड कलर व्हाइट कलर का है, मैं मेंस कैजुअल क्लोथिंग व्हाइट फॉन्ट से पूरे वेबसाइट के पेज पे लिख दूंगा फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम, सो दैट एल्गोरिथम को ऐसा लगे कि मेंस कैजुअल क्लोथिंग पे बहुत ज्यादा टेक्स्ट लिखा हुआ है इस वेबसाइट पे। कलर तो शायद समझेगा नहीं उसको, नहीं, बट दीज आर ब्लैक हैट टेक्निक्स। Google algorithm catches these techniques and it reduces your page rank. So my serious advice would be, please don't participate in any of these black hat techniques. Uh, that's my session on SEO. Uh, uh, now, I know some of you may have questions on SEO. कैसे करना चाहिए? Should you do it yourself or should you hire an agency to do it? Here is what I'd advise. If you can hire an agency, it's the best thing to do. An agency to do SEO for you today in India will cost you anything between about 1,500 to 2,000 bucks a month to as high as a lakh and a half a month. And it really depends upon how much effort they are putting for your business in terms of how many keywords have you given them. क्योंकि उनको उस keywords से खाली आपका on page SEO नहीं करना है. They also need to do generate those many press releases, articles, etc. about you for off page SEO. तो आप जितने ज्यादा आर्टिकल राइटिंग उनसे करवाएंगे, सोशल मीडिया एंगेजमेंट करवाएंगे, उतना ज्यादा वो आपसे चार्ज करेंगे. So you can choose an agency in that range. You can also try doing your SEO by yourself. But honestly, I'll tell you, most entrepreneurs find it difficult to do it because on-page SEO तो फिर भी one-time activity है. You may want to do it once a quarter. So on-page SEO आप खुद कर लेंगे, but off-page SEO is a problem. It's a continuous activity, and to do off-page SEO, most entrepreneurs start with a lot of gas and they write a lot of articles, etc. But then they kind of wear out over a period of time because you have to just put more effort on your business rather than just write articles about yourself. So try hiring an agency that can do this for you. Give them a strong list of 20 to 25 keywords जो कंज्यूमर सर्च करेगा आपके बारे में. जब आपके ब्रांड के बारे में सोचता है या कोई प्रोडक्ट के बारे में सोचता है that you're selling from your website, that keyword should be on your SEO list. Then your agency will start doing SEO for those keywords. Okay, I'm gonna uh, we can't do digital marketing in Google. Well, I think you can do it. You can do it through WhatsApp and etc. But you know what happens as soon as you start doing good digital marketing, the first thing that happens is people start searching for you. And today, Google has become the most synonymous first touch place for someone to search for a brand. So what they're gonna immediately do is if they come to know about you even from a WhatsApp message, they're gonna search for you on the internet. And without a website, it's not a great idea. Because they will not find you, but there's a high possibility they'll find your competitor and they might go to your competitor's page. Okay, how can we put our product in Google for organic business? As I said, you have to create a website and you need to do SEO for your website. Okay, I'm gonna come down to take a few more questions. How to become an SEO agency? Well, if you want to become an SEO agency, you will have to start with first identifying do you have the capabilities to do on-page, off-page SEO or not? Uh, how to justify the value paid to an agency? Very good question. बहुत लोगों को ये सवाल आता है कि मैं SEO तो कर रहा हूँ, but a lot of people tend to believe that I'm paying a lot of money for the SEO that I'm doing. The answer is fairly simple. Actually, what you need to identify is if you're paying money to an agency for doing your SEO, the first thing you need to do is identify for your set of 25 keywords, where do you stand as on today? So for each of these keywords, मेरी website कौन से ranking पे आती है, what is which page and which number. So suppose my keyword, let's take the apparel business. My keyword that I'm saying is men's casual clothing, or actually people don't search that way. People would search something like cheap men's t-shirts or graphic t-shirts for men. Very common keyword in the apparel industry. Graphic t-shirts for men और graphic t-shirts for boys, ये कीवर्ड के लिए सबसे पहले मैं आज ये कीवर्ड सर्च करूंगा और मैं देखूंगा मैं कौन से पेज पे कौन से नंबर पे आता हूँ. सो आई विल नोटिस दैट okay, probably I come on page 9 at number 7. Now when I give it to my agency, I will ask them to make a note of this and give it to me on an Excel sheet saying that okay, right now for each of your 25 keywords you're on so and so page. Okay, then I will monitor them every month to ask them on page में आपने मेरे लिए क्या क्या changes किए और off page पे आपने कितने मेरे लिए articles लिखे, off page में आपने कितना ज़्यादा मेरे लिए basically social media etc किया and उसका effect क्या हुआ. Now in the next month you should probably see that for graphic t-shirts for boys, when you do that search, actually you should this time you shouldn't be on page 9 rank 7. You should be on page 8, 7, 6, or you should be on earlier pages. And if that's happening to all your 25 keywords, then your agency is doing a good job, and you could keep paying them basically. Okay. Is blog important for an e-commerce website for good SEO results? Yes, a good question. Is it a good idea to add a blog to my website to get better results on SEO? A lot of websites do it. So let's take the example of graphic t-shirts. Now I could run a website which has good graphical t-shirts, and I write a lot about those t-shirts and I show my product. But I also want to write about the process of screen printing, for example, just to give a better understanding of how these t-shirts get printed. अब ये कॉन्वर्जेशन अगर मैं उस प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर लिखूंगा तो फिर मेरा प्रोडक्ट थोड़ा बोरिंग हो जाएगा और उसका प्रोसेस ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगा. So rather, a lot of brands do this. They create a blog on the website, and on the blog they explain all these other features about their product, how is it made, where is it made, authenticity, CSR. They put all of that to improve their SEO. So it's a good idea to put a blog if you have enough content to put on your blog. Otherwise, a lot of companies make blogs and then they die out because they don't know what to do with it beyond 3 months. How to find a good SEO agency? Well, you could Google it. You could ask friends. You could ask multiple agencies in your area to come back and show you their credentials of what kind of work they've already done and what kind of work they can do for you. And then you could make a choice based on costing. Okay, let me look for more questions that I can take up. Are there any Google courses related to SEO? Okay, Google runs various courses on analytics, SEO, Google AdWords, etc. You can just Google it and you will get all these courses. You can also try and become Google certified professional. A Google certified professional is someone who knows to run Google AdWords very well, which is the ad part, which will be taken later by somebody. But if you are Google certified for that, it helps you on your resume. But it's a tough exam. I am Google certified, but I gave it a long back and I found it tough. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of you will find it tough. It has two parts. It has a fundamentals and an advanced. So you have to pass 2 exams, and then it gives you a certificate saying that you're Google certified. But there's a lot of reading material already available on Google. You should go through it. Okay. Every businessman must be using SEO in that case to stay on the top. Yes, every businessman who understands digital is already doing it. Most people are already doing it. They are trying to increase their searches. Obviously, अगर आप page 1 rank 1 है, आपको ज़्यादा traffic मिलेगा, ज़्यादा inquiries आएंगी, ज़्यादा sales आएगा. If you're on page 2, if you're on page 3, if you're on page 10, forget about it. Nothing's coming from digital really. Products sold on Amazon, organic results और inorganic. Products sold on Amazon, again जैसे Google है वैसे ही Amazon का भी खुद का organic inorganic का understanding है. So आप देखेंगे Amazon पे आप कुछ भी search करते हैं तो बहुत सारे products दिखाई देते हैं in the list. Those are inorganic results. Those are organic results, but आपको उसमें inorganic भी दिखाई देता है. Some products पे it says sponsored product. So those are the inorganic results in Amazon, and Amazon has its own algorithm to decide organic, inorganic, just like page ranking in Google. Uh, okay, who is totally new? How does he identify what are the criteria to search for appropriate SEO company? If you're extremely new, try and ask a few friends in the digital marketing domain who can connect you with some digital agencies. Try asking some people who run in marketing agencies, etc. Um, if you if you're unable to find them, go and Google it, and then identify multiple agencies who can send you quotes. Oops. Okay. Uh, how frequently can we change keywords? Can we change it on a daily basis? No, you don't do it on a daily or a weekly basis. Good, you asked this question. When you start SEO from scratch, it typically takes between 3 to 6 months for any keyword to make you reach page one, rank one. It depends on how much content you put, how good the content is, how much on-page and off-page SEO is happening to bring you to page one. Which is why actually you have Google Ads. Google Ads is the other way. If you're not appearing on Google search at all because it's taking too much time, you could also pay Google and get a ad spot at the top till your SEO keeps happening on the other side. How do you increase oh, sorry, I forgot to answer your question. Should you change your keywords? No, you should not change your keywords unless उस particular keyword के लिए आप already page one, rank one पे आ गए हैं. So then you can stop doing SEO for that set of keywords and keep monitoring. अगर वो नीचे आ जाता है, then you should start again. If it's already there, it stays there, then change and find new keywords for which you should start the SEO exercise. Uh, okay. Is SEO very tough? Is it in our hands? Well, SEO is not a tough exercise, but I would say it's a technical exercise, especially on page SEO is a technical exercise. It's a good time to do on page it's a good idea to do on page SEO with a developer or a tech team or an SEO expert because it involves certain technical things which you might not understand. For off page SEO, yes, you can do a lot of article generation, but as I was saying, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, it's a good idea to get it done from somebody else because it's a lot of effort. Let somebody else put that effort on your content, and you put that effort on running your own business. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for attending the session today. Thanks for attending. Goodbye, everybody.